Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Star and Flurry. And welcome to any newcomers. I'm glad you stopped by. Oh, I needed a little sip of water. So, this is a continuation of my challenge for the month of March to do daily elemental readings, mostly as a way to help me get more comfortable with the ability to stitch cards together in a way that makes sense. A lot of people read right to left, some read left to right, others read, one, two, three. And I just try to put the cards together in the best way I know how. And I'm using a new, get these guys out of the way. I'm using a new deck today, and it's very brand new. I just got it today. It's really cool. These are the backs, and as always, I'll put a link down below if I can find it. It's called the Time Tarot by Elsa. I'm not even gonna try to butcher that last name because I'm sure that I will. But it's a beautiful deck. It comes in a nice metal box called the Time Tarot, and it's produced by somebody called Tarot Mania. That's the back of the box, and the inside of the box does come with a certificate of authenticity, a little ribbon. Anyways, it's absolutely gorgeous, and I've flipped through it a few times and have really enjoyed it. And I thought, well, why not? We'll give it a try here, see how it works out. And then again, we're going to use again the. I was going to switch over to Bloodlines, but I changed my mind. There's a lot of love out there for the Dreamsong Oracle, so we'll stick with that for a little while longer. I know we get a lot of repeats on that one, but that happens. I think there's only 44 cards. But there's many that we haven't seen before, so hopefully one of those will come up at some point. So fire signs, welcome back. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Hope everything is going well for you guys today. Absolutely stunner of a day here, clear as a bell. Of course, snow in the forecast for the weekend, but that's to be expected. So what do we got to start with here for you guys? Seven of Wands. Okay. A little conflict. Well, Hermit actually going. Isn't that gorgeous, Hermit card? Well, I just love the artwork in this. It's just, look at that shiny, lighted tip, and then the Seven of Wands. Beautiful. Kind of got this. What's the word I want to look for? Kind of. I don't want to say gloomy. Very calm. Kind of light palette to this deck, and Page of Wands. I love that floor. Oh my god. Okay, so what do we got here? So as I said, a little kind of conflict going on, but I think, and I think you're just gonna take it with exactly as it was given to you. Maybe a little bit of criticism or an effort by some individuals to change your mind, and I think at some point you do. I think you come. I think might start off kind of pissing you off, but when you step away from the situation, gather your thoughts, and rethink the whole thing out, I think you're going to find that you know what, that's not a bad that is not a bad idea, or a bad approach, or a bad change, or whatever. I think this page, look, it almost looks like he has his arm in a sling. So like, walking into the building a little bit stung, but nonetheless, spear, ready to go, ready to move forward with everything. So I say, when the conflict comes up, not just take it for absolutely what it's worth, reflect on it, and come back even stronger. That would be my take on this. Oh, I'm gonna leave those out. I'm gonna straighten this out just a bit, so I'm even with my little mat, because it's driving me crazy that it's not that. There we go. Okay. Oh, I was gonna get the. And your oracle card for from the Dream Song. You know, I spent a bulk of my lifetime in customer service, guest service, conflict management, that kind of stuff. And if it isn't obvious already, that's kind of how I approach the tarot, is really as a way to navigate people I work with. You know, your work people can sometimes be closer than your family members in many ways because conflicts come up often. They need to be resolved often. They can't, they're usually time sensitive. And so not that you're necessarily closer to them, but you all get to know each other pretty fast and get to know each other deeply because of the timeline of a lot of these kind of work style complexities. Whereas at home, you get the sometimes, not always, but sometimes the luxury of stretching the whole thing out, and that takes it a while to dig down, or can take some time to dig down to the root of the problem. Where at work, the root of the problem usually presents itself. That's why you're working on it. So you get there pretty fast, and it's getting out of that problem that requires you to get to know your colleagues close. So it's an interesting kind of different dynamic. Okay, seek the angel perspective. Oh, this is a new one. I don't think we've had this one before. I don't think. Look at that. Oh, is that pretty? The angel with their cool little hat. The puppeteer. The puppeteer of the angel flying over the little town. That's a beautiful card. Okay, let's read what it says. So I'm saying I don't think we've had this card, but we might have. I don't. My memory is shot. Okay, it's time for the expensive. Oh, I thought it said expensive view. It's expansive. Yeah, we haven't had this one, I don't think. It's time for the expansive view. Fly up high away from the minutiae of life. Being grounded is essential, but sometimes we need an angel's eye view of our life to get a better perspective. When you cling to a familiar environment, your perspective can shrink. Ooh, good point. Let me go back to that again. When you cling to a familiar environment, your perspective can shrink. And that's kind of what I was talking about, a familiar territory. Because you're used to it, you're familiar with the players, and so your ability to make assumptions and ways of arguments are very close to your heart, and it doesn't allow you to expand your thinking as much. Whereas in a work environment, well, I don't know what it's going to say down here, but in a work environment, as I was saying, I think you can do the same thing, but in most cases, especially if you're in a guest service aspect thing like hospitality, or or you're just dealing with a lot of people all the time, you have to take that kind of faraway view just to get a handle on it all. So anyways, let's go back to this. Perspective can shrink. Ideas, plans, and ambitions can suffer as a result. This is also true of your belief system. Oh, good point. When life feels too cramped, whether by restrictive thoughts or situations, you must change your view. Think of yourself as winged, able to fly above your life, looking down on your choices and decisions. Is your vision small? Are your plans meager? Are you breathing only a little and calling it a life? Use your meditation space. Climb up to 10,000 feet. Take in the expanse of your life. Decide your next move based on that vantage point. What a great frickin' meaning of a card. Oh my God. Seek the angel perspective. Wise advice in so many situations. And I think it goes beautifully with this reading, really. I mean, when you look at the hermit, is actually looking, it's as if he's looking up for guidance, looking to expand his inner horizons, for sure. And then bringing it home. I think that's one of my favorite cards from this deck. Very cool. Anyways, that was a fun reading. Have fun, fire signs. I think that's a good reading, and I think you're going to come out feeling quite ahead of yourself, as will your team. So good job. I meant to point out this also has a nice gold gilding, and it's not the sharp gilding. It's just a really beautiful, beautiful gold gilding. Water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. How are you doing today? I think I'm still recovering from that reading for you guys a couple of readings ago. That was one of the three hardest cards. One of the three hardest cards in the tarot. Oh, here, let me pull them all in one reading. Oh my God. Okay, let's see what we can do for you guys today. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. 3 of coins. Ooh. 2 of coins. And 3 of swords. Okay, guys. You're going to need to get your what's that phrase? Get all your ducks in a row is apparently what this is saying, that you are on the verge of a big change. You've put in a lot of time and work and planning with your team, and then something kind of falls apart, and I don't know what it is. And hopefully our oracle can give us a clarifying. I almost want to throw a clarifying card. I don't do that very often, but I'm going to do it in this case, because this just started out positive and then kind of died, and I'm not quite sure why. So let's find out. Let's do a clarifier on this 3 of swords. 8 of cups. Oh, I wonder if someone from your team is going to be leaving and you didn't know about it, and it's kind of a surprise. So that might be what's going on here. That's where the heartache and may be coming from. But remember that the 3 of swords, the heartache is not so much the heartbreak as it is what your mind is so capable of doing to you when in the throes of heartbreak. So my advice to you is don't, it happens. You need to let it rain, but don't let it take you out. Don't let whatever's going on here take your team out. The plan is in motion, and it's a good plan. So keep on keeping on. And I'm sorry for whatever's happening here. Maybe it's a piece of, it could be as simple as a piece of the plan has left the building. But it really feels like a person or a main supporter or something like that has moved away or walked away or withdrawn support. I don't know. But that doesn't mean, but that you too much effort going on here. Don't let it wreck the parade, as they say. Oh, and there we have this one, and I love this one. Get your brave on. We've seen this one before, and I think it falls into this reading really, really well. 44. Let's get to that page. Okay, get your brave on. Yep, and it contains my favorite line ever. So sometimes bravery isn't about... We're probably getting sick of me reading this, but I'm going to read it anyways. Sometimes bravery isn't about warrior tactics and kicking ass. Sometimes bravery is a tender rebellion, a daring to believe in possibility when all others shout doubt and worry. This moment calls you to courage, specifically the kind of courage it takes to believe in yourself and your team, your aspirations, and your dream song. This kind of courage comes from becoming your own best friend. Champion your heart, advocate for the truth inside of it. Dare to lose the approval or security of another when claiming the authenticity of your original voice. You must bravely and ruthlessly participate in your own blessing. To thine own self be true is one of the bravest things you can do. And boy, doesn't that tie in with this completely. I'm glad we clarified that. So yeah, you're on the right path. Don't let anything dissuade you, is what I would say about that particular card configuration. Okay, air signs. Hello, fellow Aquarians and Gemini and Libras. Good to have you back, as always. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. What's on tap for you all and me tomorrow? I don't know what's on tap for me tomorrow. Still in the throes of my walk-in closet purge, which I can actually now say is a walk-in closet because progress. It's the word of the last 2 days. There's still just it's. I mean, when I looked, I started digging stuff out. It's literally 10 years of stuff that I should have gotten rid of throughout the 10 years, but I did not. So, and and it's hard because I'm very picky about the clothing I buy, as I've mentioned often, because I'm a hard fit and I'm just picky about it. And so when I finally end up with something, I love it. So in fact, a friend of mine was saying, "So are you going to Marie Kondo your closet?" Which means if it brings you joy, you keep it, and if it doesn't, you throw it out. And I'm like, well, it might be effective for many, but it's not very effective for me because almost everything in that closet I love. So this really is a matter of getting rid of or donating and recycling stuff I don't need. So because I don't need. Anyways, air signs. The Hanged Man. Ooh, 3 of Wands. You know what? I just realized. No, 3 coins, 2 coins. I think I actually was looking at that reading. The last reading, I think I was looking at the 2 of coins as the 2 of wands, but I think it reads just the same. I'm not gonna retract anything. Never mind. Okay, so the Hanged Man, 3 of wands, and the 5 of cups. I think there's a change of plans in the works, and I don't think it's a good idea. I think I don't know what it is, but change of plan. This tells me it's a plan of some kind of work, not a home plan. That someone, be it you or someone around you, has kind of changed their minds, looking at it from a different perspective, and are either encouraging you to go in a completely different direction or something like that. But I think in the long run, not that I tend to think of tarot as a predictor, but I think it is, things will remain this way unless you make some changes. So I think if you change too much, you're going to regret it in the long run. So I would fight for keeping things the same, and it'll be your job to get this person who's trying to muck it up, get them back on track. Otherwise it could be a difficult path going forward. One thing I really like about this deck, just noticing, is that they have the rather than a little icon, it's a good deck for people who have not the greatest eyesight. I mean, I have fairly good eyesight for an older person, but I do like the larger font, and I love that the little icons for the suits is big. So in this case, for the cups, it's the time, the sands of time kind of thing. The wands is like something you would stick in a fire. What's that called? A thing that you would stick in a fire, put popcorn in it or whatever. And then what are the other ones? And then this one, for instance, the sword, and then the pentacle. So very clearly state what they are, which I really like. Okay, people, what's on tap for you, oracle-wise? I guess keep in mind also, 5 of Cups, you forget, which I just did as well, that there are generally, you kind of get that feeling that all is lost, but remember, it's not. You got 2 full cups behind you. Not that it's depicted very well in this particular image, but I know they're there. In my heart, I know they're there. And we've seen this one too, and it's one of my favorite cards because that hat, oh my God. So have tea with the birds. And again, we've seen this one, but we'll read it again. Okay, this moment calls for imagination. Yes, it does. Which may in fact be this and this kind of worldly view this guy's taking in. Think of your imagination as a bird with an important letter for you. Invite it for tea and cupcakes. Don't waste time arguing for your limitations. Instead, ask, what is the best that could possibly happen? In other words, stop looking at the 3 cups broken and tipped over in front of you. Focus on the 2 cups that are behind you, that have been behind you this whole time. You've been trained to anticipate failure. Your mind will continually return to finding what's wrong or lacking in any given situation. Boy, that just describes 5 cups perfectly. Only you can tell it to pipe down so you can hear the sweet, chirping encouragement of imagination. Even though it can feel risky and even counterintuitive to indulge in possibilities, we wouldn't have remarkable breakthroughs like airplane travel, penicillin without asking what if and why not. Invite imagination to keep you company as you consider what might happen if you turned your magic all the way on. In other words, reach on over, flip over those 3 cups that have turned themselves over, and go again, for sure. That was fun. Good job, air signs. And last but not least, the earth people, the earth signs. Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. What is on store for you tomorrow? I didn't give you a date. Tuesday, March 11th. Can't believe we're almost close to being halfway through March. And we've got snow in the forecast for the next 2 weeks. Not a lot of it, but just a brushing, kind of a dangling it over our heads kind of thing. I just got a notice from my tire company's time to bring your car in to get your snow tires off. And I'm like, no, I think I'll keep them on for a while longer. Thank you. I don't have studs. I just have good grippy tires, snow tires. So I'm not worried about eating up the roads like so many of my neighbors. That doesn't bother me now, but it really bothers me in the summer when I hear those tires click on by. It's like, stop it. Okay, so let's give you a shuffle and a cut. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Isn't that a pretty card? 2 of Cups. Ooh, double 2s. High Priestess. 3 2s. 2 2 2. I have a commenter. I have a commenter who talked about the 3 3s together, meaning the very angelic representation. In other words, you are protected. I imagine 222 carries a similar reference, but I don't know what it is. Perhaps if you're watching, you can help me out. I will Google it, of course, after this as well. But I would say 2 of Cups, High Priestess, and 2 of Wands. I think this just says you are so on the right path. Whatever it is that is in the top of your world right now, is absolutely your calling, your direction, your path. Stay on it. You are, look at this. You are just, yes, you know where you're headed. You're on the boat. You're going. You're going. Your gut says it's right. And you've made your choices, and they're the right choices. Oh, that's a sweet reading right there. Nice, Earth signs. Enjoy it. You're going to have a good day tomorrow. And what does your oracle card say to you? Indulge the whimsy. We've had this one as well. I love this one. I think it kind of goes with this kind of super positive reading. Let me get it. I can't remember the gist of this particular card. Okay, indulge the whimsy. Play is at the heart of every creative endeavor. Play creates meaning, increases resilience, and promotes health. The secret to living an enchanted life is to remember playfulness. It lives in you as a magnetic force, deeply influencing every creative thought, relationship, project, or endeavor. If you want to breathe new life into the adult world of responsibilities and requirements, engage your play. Climb a tree, listen to a fountain, sing with the birds. Allow yourself to spontaneously skip down the grocery aisle or stand outside in a rainstorm. Follow the fireflies, then go one step further and put play on the schedule. Prioritize it. Court the wonders of the natural world. Now is the time to discover that you are one of those wonders. And I would say that this reading is just telling you that right now with the 222 and all these really, in my mind, positive cards. You are absolutely on whatever the right path you're supposed to. And have fun doing it. Indulge in that play. All right, everybody, that's it. I'm really liking this deck. Thank you for putting up with some readings from a brand new deck that I'm slightly very unfamiliar with, but I'm going to get familiar with because I really like every card I saw today. I did flip through it quickly when I first got it, but this is the first time I've had a chance to really look at and interpret the cards, and I just think they're beautiful. They're very Rider-Waite obviously inspired, which makes it easier for me to read, but not so far off the path that I'm having to think twice about what a card is, except that first, was it the first reading with the three of coins and the two of coins? And I think somewhere in, yeah, I kept thinking the two of coins was the two of wands, but that's just my brain playing tricks on me. Or maybe that was what the reading was supposed to be, and my brain just filled in the blanks. Anyways, thanks again, everybody, for stopping by. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Okay, take care. Bye.